Welcome to class 4 of secretarial practice. In the last class, we have dealt with the dismissal of company secretary, and in this class, we are going to deal with the rights of company secretary. Company secretary, we know, is the topmost, or we can say a very important person who is going to play a very important role in the company. So in every stage in the formation of company, the secretary is must, right? So he has some powers, he has some rights towards the company. So what are those things? So we'll discuss one by one. So the first is secretary is going to supervise, control and direct. So why is going to direct, control and supervise? Do you have that authority? Yes. So we treat secretary as a senior level officer, right? So senior level officer of a company. So the company secretary is going to supervise all the day-to-day activities. As we say, his eye is going to observe each and everything. He is going to control if any wrong or anything goes wrong, and he can direct the subordinate officers and the employee who are under him. So what is his right? He has a power to supervise, control and direct. The next, to sign the contract. So company secretary is a agent, right? So he is a agent of the company. Why he is an agent? So he is going to act on behalf of company. Okay, so contract is nothing but the agreement that is enforceable by law. So company secretary can sign any contractor agreement on behalf of company as a principal officer of a company. Okay, as a principal officer of a company. So here subject. So but the thing is, the condition is given here, the secretary should have that power delegated by the board of directors, or the board of the company should delegate that power to the secretary. Okay, so only then he can sign the contracts. The next is, he is going to attend the meeting. So when meeting means, meeting is nothing but where two or more people come together for discussing on some matter to achieve something, right? So company has various types of meeting. So it may be board meeting, it may be the general meeting, it may be extraordinary general meeting, it may be the creditors meeting. So there are various types of meetings. So now he'll attend the meeting. How this company secretary will attend all the meetings, right? Suppose we say board meeting, board of directors will be there, annual meeting or shareholders will be there. So, but here what happens? Secretary has a right to attend, or secretary has a right to attend each and every meeting, because he is the one who is going to record the proceedings, right? So secretary can attend the meeting of shareholders and the meeting of board of directors also. So we know in board of directors shareholder doesn't come there, right? But secretary has a right to attend both the meeting, board of directors plus the shareholders meeting. Then the next, claiming salary and damage. So claiming salary and damage means, we know for a particular fixed period a secretary is been appointed. Okay, so before the contract gets end, suppose there is any breach of contract, means if you are going to break the contract, so you are going to claim for the loss what you are going to suffer, right? As per the contract, he has a right to claim his salary and allowance. He can also take a legal action against the company if there is any breach of contract. Okay. The next is, he can sign and authenticate the proceedings of the meeting. So for it may be board meeting, it may be general meeting, it may be your other meeting. What happens here? The secretary will be the person who is going to make preparation for that. The secretary is the one who is going to record the proceedings of the meeting. So his sign is must. Okay, so he has a right to sign the proceedings of the meeting. The next, blow whistle. So what is this blow whistle? So blow whistle is nothing but if the company is doing something wrong which affects the third party, which affects the society, or it affects the company itself. In such case, being a person or employee in the organization, in the company, you know about it. And you know the board of directors who are the main persons who are going to deal with the company. So if they themselves are doing something wrong, who will be affected? The shareholders are affected. So in such case, you are going to stop all these things by revealing what they are doing. Okay, so company secretary is a compliance officer. So and he has a right to blow the whistle whenever he finds the conduct of the officer or the directors of the company are detrimental to the interest of the company. Okay, the next is preferential creditor. So as a preferential creditor, so he will be having a great preference at the time of winding up. Okay, so when we say preference shareholders, at the time of winding up of company, you pay whatever or you give whatever to be given to the preference shareholders. Okay, and then whatever is left you are going to distribute it among the equity shareholders. Okay, so he is an employee of the company, so he acts like a preferential creditor. So like winding up of company takes place, there is a secretary who is appointed. Okay, for example, 5 years contract is been there. Okay, so only 3 years have been passed, and for the 4th year the company is going to wind up. So 1 year loss the secretary is going to suffer, right? So for that he can claim the dues whatever is to be given to him. The next is exercising power. Exercising power means he is going to exercise his power, he is going to apply his power. So he has a right to apply the power as authorized by the board of directors. So whatever powers are given to the secretary by the board of directors, only such power can be performed by the secretary. So issuing testimonial. So testimonial means here a formal statement, we can say, so which is been true or which is legal. Okay, so a company secretary issues this testimonial to the employees on behalf of company. So now there are some restrictions on the powers and rights of the company secretary. So one is distribution and transfer of share. Okay, so when this restriction will be applied, suppose if it is not authorized by the board of directors. Okay, suppose a company without the power given by the board of directors, if he is going to distribute or he is going to transfer the share, so at that time, so this will be restricted. The next, company agent. A company secretary cannot attend any meeting as company agent without the consent from the board of directors. Okay, so he requires authority from the board of directors to sign the contract on behalf of the company. So it may be to sign, it may be to attend the meeting, as we have studied in the rights. Okay, without the permission of board of directors he cannot do anything. The last is taking loan. So company secretary cannot take loan in the name of company. Okay, as he is an employee. So if he does so, the company will not be liable for such loan. So as we know, company is an artificial person, right? So the secretary cannot take any loan, and if he does so, so that powers are restricted. Thank you.